Okay. So later on, like just there is a session in the latter half. So now we are going to just explanation about today's material. AI in Philippine government. That is also the main theme of this training seminars. So there is a six cases. Here. So first is education. AI can be used for early disability screening. But just I wonder, like, this might be a important issue. Maybe when we are engaged into educational sector. Oh, okay. Because also like in Japan, now because like inclusiveness or inclusive education is very important. So we are also like the Department of Education also ask all the educational institution work for this inclusive education. So that's even at the university level, we need to prepare for that. We are also trained to not accept, but just include the person with disabilities, right? But also we have a capacity, like institutional capacity. So that's always we are struggling with that. But I think I feel also mental health is also another issue. So we are also struggling also with that in Japan. But also I had a student who has a not mental disorder, but not disability, mental disorders, kind of ADHD. Do you know ADHD? Yes. He has a good knowledge, but he cannot. He is bad at the management. He is bad at the management. So that's why I realize that. So he might be, but because I cannot directly ask him. But some family just confess to the department. So okay, my son or my daughter has this kind of issue. So could you like take into account? But in general, like they don't want to share. But just I wonder, like, but also we have a mental mental like healthcare personnel, so like specialists. But we are like educators. So just based on my experiences, just I'm wondering, like, because he's good. He got a good record. Like in the class, like also like top scores. But when it comes to some like submission or like some like kind of like paperwork, he's really bad. He or easily forget, and also he cannot keep this kind of document. He just like they're messy, very messy. So just I'm wondering, okay, how can I support him? But just I had a like a face-to-face meeting several times. Then just I wondered like, oh, do you have any other like any difficulty in the past? But he said no. But just also but I'm wondering like because I cannot directly say, but I just suggest like because our university have some like support to for the person with disability, but I did not say that. But maybe mental health care is also included. So I think maybe just I suggested maybe you have just a short meeting. Then he's good. Yeah, he understood. He understood. So I guide him to have a meeting with a specialist. Then after that, he recognized that maybe because I think objectively he was just said by the professional. So that's I think he starts thinking about his career, because I think in Japan, like a big firm, famous like or big firms, has a mandatory to hire the quarter. So that I think if we think about his long career, I think for his career, if he did not think about his ADHD or mental health issues, he might be hired. He might get a job at a farm, which do not care about his condition. But I think the big farm, there is another track to enter to get the job for the person with disability, including mental health. Actually, he got a job. Actually, he got a job from the very famous farms, but as I think in a different way. But I think I'm not sure, but I think in the long run, I think it was good for him. He decided. I did not force him to do, but just by himself, he got assistance from many, I think many people actually. Many people are involved. Educator, administrative staff, and also like a medical staff. So we are now doing that, but I think I don't know, in the case of Japan, now we have a decreasing number of students. So that's why now we focus on, I think we are switching to adaptive learning, like personalized learning, even for mental health. Because mental health is a big issue, maybe in many countries, like particularly for young people, right? And also, I'm also like in my university or like in the Japanese society, Japanese educational academia. I'm also I'm just like promoting because adaptive learning is key, because also Japanese Department of Education, like Ministry of Education, actually also like promoting adaptive learning. Adaptive learning means like personalized learning experiences, because each student has a different needs, right? But in the past, it was very efficient to share the knowledge, like this kind of lecture style. So we have 100, 200, 300, 800 people in the lecture room. So it's very efficient. One teacher or educator share or explain or provide a presentation. It's good. That is one way. But I think in my society, it's a decreasing number of students. Now it's a kind of tailor-made approach is getting popular actually, because I think parents or students decide, because education is a service sector, right? So we are just promoting our, increasing the quality of educational services. So that's why we have for each student we have a frequent meeting, and then we understand their needs. So we also guide them, not force them, guide them to decide. So don't you think like AI can help? Because AI might be a mental coach. AI might be a career advisor. Of course, like they can ask the real career staff, career department, also mental, healthcare personnel. But I think some people don't want to share their, problem or issues. So that in that case, there's no, limitation like the 24/7, they can get the device. And also when do they feel some courage, maybe they can you can have an additional step to put forward. So that's why I think I'm also not yet, but I think for my next project might be I can create a personal assistant for my student. I can create mental coach, but I have lack of information on data set. So I need to understand more. So, and also career advisor, but I'm not a career advisor. So, but I need to communicate. I need to have a collaboration with career department. So that's why I need more data sets. So that's why it's just I'm just thinking about that. So also like you have your own if you are working in the educational sector, not only for the person with disability. You can also identify the needs. Then you need to solve their needs or like consult to solve their issues. We need to understand the situation so that we need to start collecting the good quality of the data set. So that is there, I think, general approach we can do. Then in this case, like this example is AI can show like flag, like children with possible learning delays, because it's difficult to identify, right? Difficult to identify. So I think we need to accumulate the data set. So not only one shot, but I think we need to continue to collect the data. Then later on, we can realize, for example, like in my case, one of my research student was wondering, actually was struggling with ADHD, so like mental disorder. But I think if we only see his test score, actually it's top. It's his rank is at the top of the like batch of the student. So that it's quite difficult. So, but I think we need to find another, so maybe, but in my case, like I have a frequent meeting with him. So I realize, I think maybe there might be some issues there. He might be struggling, but this not can be shown in the data set actually. But I think we also report. I think maybe because I think I need to write a report after the meeting. So there is an online actually the meeting record. So in that case, what I can do is I can actually digitalized in the in our data set in the educational like shareholder. So there is a data. So in that case, I need to be careful about the personal information. But I think this meeting record, it's written in as a text, but also like digitalized. So I can download this meeting record and then add it as a few shots to educate my AI. But I think sample is very small, so I think I need more like long-term data set. So then in that case, maybe I can work or I can influence some improvement in the educational services. But I think maybe this might be a very difficult example. But if we could identify some people, some children has having difficult learning, feel the difficulty about learning. So there's a good, impact. We can provide some option for them. So like the workload, maybe for teacher, maybe teacher can identify why we need to explain again and again for this student. In my case, like I need to, have a repetitive meeting again and again, only for this student, because he easily forget about the paperwork. So this might be an example. So another is a health example, like a mobile AI for tuberculosis screening, TB screening. So Department of Health and TBSP, what is the mobile X-ray bands? There's a band, right? Use AI to spot TB in minutes. I think the tool is, I'm not familiar with this tool, but I think there's an option for that. So diagnosis in remote area without radiologist faster treatment. Maybe like I think like quickly we can work for that, like identify. So that may be another like a case study. So next case study is the transport. Smart traffic camera on EDUSA. So EDUSA is also like it's a very congested, or like always during the peak time, there is a congestion. So what it does? So AI can watch bus stops and also driver behavior. So I think like JICA might be interested in this kind of like AI driven traffic control, right? So then like this might be a big impact. So we can control, like reduce the delay or violation. Like some people might violate the traffic rule. Then we can improve the bus services, or like travel time, reduce the travel time. This is also like case studies. Then also tax correction is also another issue. Then we can answer like tax question instantly. But I don't know, like I'm not a professional about the tax issues, but I don't know, like chatbot. I think like people, I heard like I don't know, like, but now I think it's improving, right? But in the past, like 20 years ago, because I started doing the research here, so I think I attended the meeting. Tax collection is a big issue, and also there's a self-employed, also like some lawyer, also in Japan as well. They try to avoid the tax payment, so it's difficult. So I think AI might change. It might be a game changer. AI can be a game changer. This is a JICA. So disaster AI for real-time crisis monitoring. So JICA is in. So we can have a filter, like on a real-time basis from social media sensor. There's some sensors or camera, so they can show some real-time alert. I don't know, like for example, like ADB used to, I don't know, like because I think in more than 10 years ago, I saw the Japanese official from space agency, JAXA. There's a Japanese space agency. I met one official working in move to ADB. So I heard from that Japanese official now, because at that time, I think early 2010, 2011 or 12. So I think they are start using the satellite image for disaster management. Also, like when disaster occurred, I think now because they have a good quality of satellite image, then even like for some centimeters, they can recognize. So also like after the disaster or like flood, they can understand how much damage our crop, to the extent to which the crop was damaged. So we can identify. In that case, like we can also provide some funding. Also, like during the disaster management, we can also provide I don't know, the relief aid, right? So I think that was what I learned from him. But I think if we can have also like maybe satellite image can be used, because I think real time they have, and also like there's a CCTV, right? So real time they are like monitoring the traffic control. So this is a disaster. Also, my disaster management can be AI powered disaster management is possible, right? So I think we need to rethink, or like just list up all the projects, which project can be improved with AI. So AI powered, AI driven approach can be found for your existing project. But I think we cannot select all, right? We need to allocate the important resources to find the quick win project with bigger impact and also with high feasibility. So this is also the kind of the idea. Just also I try to knock on your brain, like, just you can, justice. AI for first code transcript research. Oh, it's interesting. AI can turn a code from audio into text. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah. Under legal research. I don't know about the research, but I think we can easily image, right? Because I think there's a meeting. Also, like there is a court record. Then AI can automatically translate from audio file into text file. So this is also like applied to your meeting, right? Minutes. Because I think still in Japan, some young staff are like writing the minutes, but I think I feel like it's a waste of time, and also maybe because we are losing one person to join the meeting, right? I think in that case, just we can have audio recording, but I think we have, right? So like Zoom, or also like Teams, just we can record the meeting. Then just we can upload the file, audio file. Then just we can get a transcript. Then just ask the AI to summarize as a meeting, to create a meeting minute. So then you can submit that like a meeting minute to the high level officials. So also like we can speed up the process, not only for court cases, but also for any meeting. Okay. So what can we learn from this case study or like examples? These cases is showing AI is already in use. So this is the actual example across Philippine government. This can help or solve real issue, problem in education, health, transport, tax, justice, and disaster management responses. Most tools are already piloted. So we can start also in the case of JICA as well, like they start a pilot project. Then if it's successful, they will scale up. It's a kind of, they are going to the second stage, then allocate more budget. So results are promising. So because once we find the good outcomes, so it's a time to scale up. Then, but you need to get the funding, also like keep the funding. So now, so if you follow this process, now it's a time to scale what you can do for the next. Okay, so now we are going to the next idea, Canvas. So this is your, practical session for you. Now you need to select one project in your mind for these tasks. Please design your institution agency's first AI project using a clear practical template. But if you have existing one, next one. If you have your existing AI project, so please design your agency's next quick wins AI project with big impact and also with readiness, feasibility. Please start thinking. So I try to guide you. How can we find your quick win project? Of course, like impact and also readiness, feasibility matters. But also we can list some important items to check. What is citizens' value? The related question might be, what public benefit will this AI can bring? This AI bring? Service can be faster. Maybe quality might be better. Then they can access more wide audiences, wide target, because I think cost effective. Then when you work with the data with AI, always there is a opportunity. You need to educate your assistant. AI is your assistant, like your colleague or your friend, your family. You need to explain. You need to share your information. So data set is the first priority. You can feed them to improve the quality of the outcome. So data is needed. What data is required and what data is available now? So do you have enough? But at this moment, if because now the generative AI, it's getting more flexible. Any data format can be uploaded after 4.0. Last October, the 4.0 became available. So 4.0 means like Omni. Omni is everything. So text data can be added, like audio data can be added, like a movie data can be added, audio data can be added, Excel data, PDF, any format can be added as a few additional information. So that's why it does not matter. So maybe in the past, when we work with the data set, maybe we need to be some numerical and also like quantitative data. Then also like as a researcher, oh, I have a qualitative approach. No, I don't have a qualitative. I'm not familiar with data analysis. So I have an interview approach. Like I have a text data or interview data. So I have a qualitative approach. Then some people say I have a hybrid approach, a qualitative plus quantitative approach. Now it does not matter. We can use all data sets. So any data format can be added if it's relevant, and also if that is a good quality. Then you have a target outcome data to feed, educate AI. Then KPI, key performance indicator. So we need to measure the outcome, right? Because I know, like, for example, for the agencies, we need to show how much this project is like a project appraisal, and also like impact evaluation, let's say. So now many people are talking about evidence-based, approach. Also, even I'm teaching about the economics, even introductory economics. Now we are using like Nobel Prize winner, like Acemoglu, like a Turkish guy who got the Nobel Prize winner last year. We are using his textbook. His textbook is starting from evidence-based approach. So now I think it's common. It's even for first year economics students starting with evidence-based approach. Then we are talking about the data. We need a good quality of the data. And also we need the impact evaluation. So I think when I was a student, economic student, like first year student, we did not talk about that. Just we are talking starting from like a demand and the supply. But I think now basic economics textbook is starting from evidence-based approach. So it means that everyone, now the new generation, know about evidence-based approach. So that's why I think that kind of concept is pretty much fit with AI, the use of AI. So I think definitely the use of AI and also like economics, I don't know, idea, like philosophy, the can be synchronized. So I feel so. That's why I think like I think as an educator, I'm also so excited, like because the AI can be included into economic textbooks as well. So then in that case, new generation have a different approach, like rather than compare with the traditional economics like thinking. I think they might have more like evidence-based and also like a more productive way of designing the policies based on the AI education, AI economics, AI powered economics. So maybe many fields of learning or also field of sectors can be AI powered, right? So that's just like education as a subject. Economics is just one of the subjects as an example, but just even for one subject, it's influenced by AI. So that's why I wanted to share. It's a recent one. Just we started from April. So KPI, how will success be measured? So evidence. So we can now show 30% first response or 90% accuracy. Then we have confidence and evidence, or like based on that, policy is made. Policy can be made, and also budget can be allocated. So that if you can check, maybe you can attract more, interest within your institution. Of course, we cannot forget about risks, and also how can we mitigate the risk? What could go wrong? Because the AI is not, there might be a hallucination or like mistakes, but we need to correct them. Maybe we need to provide a better quality of the data set, or when we need to change the topic. What could go wrong and how will you manage? So privacy, bias, maybe data might be biased, or maybe we are not familiar with the new topic. We might misunderstand, or maybe data might be misused, or maybe like some model might be misused, because we need to correct the AI. But if we are not familiar with the tool, because AI is just a tool, like a scissors or like tool, also like PC as well. So when PC like getting for use, like getting, I don't know, in practice, because in the past when I was a university student, we only used in the desktop, not laptop. Then we don't have a smartphone. But now many people have a smartphone, right? So I think AI is the same thing. So it's a new era. Now we are facing the new era. So 20 years ago, also like maybe after Windows 95, many people start using, because of the good user interface, people could click to operate, or like we as if we are doing the sophisticated work, but just because of the good user interface, we could run the program, right? To make the table and the presentation slide, also like a document. That was a good user interface because of the good user interface. Then now we have a great assistant. That is another, user interface, not interface, but assistant, user assistant. So we can use. So last part is the integration. So where will AI plug in? Which system, process, department, or tool? Or you might need to collaborate. Okay, so next is a sample. So how can we identify? So this is just a suggestion. Because visualize. Let flag icon, like flag icon. There's some triangle, like exclamation mark, or like question mark. So just this is just an example. You can also use your own icon. So just for the latter half of the session, just you can try to use it, or like. So this icon means like just in this session, privacy safeguard is missing. Oh, it's unfortunate. This one is exclamation mark. No policy owner is assigned. No one. No one in church. It says it's mute. In mute. This one is question mark. Data integration is unclear or unmapped. So there's a question. So this is an example. So list section, list privacy has some risk, but no clear mitigation. So you can also show, or like just to encourage the decision making or share in your audiences or like within the institution. So data source might have it's listed but not linked to the system or not in the flow. So that's why I think someone need to work. So no policy stated for how personal data, like privacy data, is protected. This is a serious issue, actually. This is a very serious issue. But also, like, because I think I used to work, I work as a researcher. Also, I conducted a household survey in many countries in the Philippines. I think because also because we have a privacy data issue. Because we asked Philippine local consultant to organize a team. Like also, I trained them. Animator training. I was in charge of a lot of animator training. So after that, we send them to the field. But then they collect the data using like a tablet lab. But actually, like for our side, like JICA side or like researcher side, personal information are deleted, of course. We don't know the name, but only like profile, like a male or age or like their educational attainment can we see. But we cannot see their actual name. But that was like replaced with the ID. So in that case, I don't know, because we also like allocate the person who is keeping the data. Only like assigned person can access to that data set. So that is a JICA through at that time. So that's why I think during my time there is no data leakage because they put a very like a strict standard to manage the data set. They are not sharing, so so maybe the tips is use these icon, but not you don't need, you can create your own icon. Just this is an example. So to refine, or maybe you can like a change, or like you can strengthen or like attract more attention to make your project work. This is just the idea. Okay, still before that. I think we will have a break soon. Like self-check before you present. So ask you a team or like your institution or like your colleague these three quick questions. 1, 2, 3. Do we know or do you know who owns each data source? Who is in charge? Is there a name or a unit responsible for every data flow? So second question, do our KPI, key performance indicators, match our risk controls? If we track speed, did we plan for false positives or like just you have a target, but also you need to think about some risk component. Like number 3, question 3, did we include privacy or ethical rules, safeguards? So also like I had a like kind of like a slide yesterday, because AI is very convenient, also generative AI particularly. So it's like a big, but there is no license like to operate. Like it's a kind of speed car, like sports car. So some people are enthusiastic to use, like me. But I think we need to check it, like I think we cannot violate like the rule. So that's why I think among your team you need to check it. Privacy. I think most of you AI agency are handling the very personal data sets or with high risk of privacy. So if you leak the data set, I think then you might have a trouble, right? So use this checklist. It's not so difficult. Just to check to ensure your idea is ready to scale up or scale up. Then, if you are ready, now you need to make some presentation. You can present your idea, AI use case. What is the value or risks and the key performance indicators, data needed in 2-3 minutes. Just summarize that. So you can highlight what your AI solution does, who it helps, how it fits into your agency. That is very important, right? Then always we need to think about that. So once we start using the AI, some people might be satisfied just with using AI. Actually, recently I had such kind of bad experience. So last week I had a kind of like a committee meeting within my institution. I'm familiar with how to use the AI. Other people also know because I also giving the training in many countries. Then I think some professors, more senior professor, also like now it's many people start using the AI. Then we had a nightmare. Then the one professor, senior professor, shared, like asked some not sophisticated question to AI. So he got a lot of course, it's a general knowledge. He got a lot of comments. So like just he copy and paste to the kind of presentation. Then just he reported, but then we are listening. Then just our answer was for what? He was satisfied. He felt satisfied using the AI. He also said, oh, this is a outcome from AI. I asked a question about the we are talking about the promotion of our universities. So then he asked a general question like about how we can promote our brand or like university. Then of course there are too many answers, but it's too many, maybe 10 pages. So then he just made the presentation that. Then after he made the presentation, no comment from other team members because he just shared kind of like brainstorming. So that's why I was reluctantly to say because no one say anything. So that's why I just say like, I think it's better. It's good to use. Try to use, but I just because he's a very senior, so that's I was modestly say it's good to see 10-page like output, but I think it takes time in the meeting, so it's maybe it's not productive. So if we want to share such kind of brainstorming idea, I think it's better to share in advance before the meeting. I think that is good. Then everybody can prepare for some comment, feedback. So that's why he understood. He's a very modest person, but okay, like Akira, Professor Murata. Okay, I got it. So just yeah, it was a nightmare for me, a nightmare for everyone. So for everyone. So, but I think it might happen because now you understand well. But I think if you also need to educate others stuff. So I think because I think now there is a divide of the group, like a person with good understanding of AI and without understanding of AI. But anybody can, AI is for everyone. But anyone can start using it, but some people misunderstand how to use. Maybe they might think AI is a kind of perfect knowledge. They just ask the general question, then they got. Then they might think, oh, this is a good response, a good outcome. It's not true. So that's why I think you need to also guide them. Definitely, you should use AI for right purposes and also like with right prompt, like the sophisticated structured prompt. So in that case, you get the more better responses. So also, like additionally, at that time I said to him, I said to all, because I think it's a kind of Lego. So I think once you get the long answers, it's a kind of brainstorming. So in that case, you can educate AI using your brainstorming idea. This is also the information. Just you can share this information, then ask AI what is the priority. What is the priority? What? So from which task can we start? Because the thing is the same thing. Because our university also has a limited resources capacity. Because I think that AI's answer was, yeah, perfect, looks perfect, but I think without any conditions. Because if we have like endless time, and also like 100 to no, I mean like too many stuffs free, like available. In that case, we can do all the options. But I think he forget about the condition, like requirement. So because, for example, we have this kind of human resources and the time is limited, and also budget allocation is blah, blah, blah. So in that case, like maybe many many option or suggestion cannot be feasible. So that feasibility is also very important. So that we need to find the quick wins. Under your constraints, time, budget, talent, human capacity. Under such kind of conditions, we need to find quick wins. With the project, you need to find a task or project with bigger impact and also with readiness, feasibility, right? Then this kind of additional suggestion is also like to make others understand what you are talking about. You can also lay some flag, also like lay some risks